Seoul Olympics in 1988 will be remembered for one race, sadly, for all the wrong reasons. It was the 100 metres final, and all eyes were on two men, Ben Johnson and Carl Lewis.
You were either a Ben Johnson fan or you were a Carl Lewis fan.
So it was this kind of good guy, bad guy kind of rivalry going on.
What I remember was his eyes. He almost didn't look human on the start line.
That's the goal first time, and Ben Johnson got a brilliant start. Takes Johnson away and clear.
And the start Johnson got was just phenomenal.
Lewis is not going to catch it.
50 metres in, the race was gone.
You knew he'd won
Johnson wins it. Lewis second. Christie third.
The race lived up to all expectations,
And the world record has gone again.
with Johnson not only winning the race but setting a new world record.
What's more valuable, a world record or the gold medal?
The gold medal.
Why?
Because something no one can take away from you, and the world record someone could break in the future.
Johnson was only allowed to bask in the glory, though, for a matter of hours before his world came crumbling down with a shocking announcement.
It'll be the most dramatic story out of these Olympics, or perhaps any others. It says Ben Johnson of Canada has been caught taking drugs
and stripped of his 100 metres gold medal.
It's a very, very sad day and a situation.
So far in the history of drug testing,
time.
once the second test has proved positive, there is no way back.
My reaction was one of surprise that he'd been caught, not that, oh my goodness, Ben Johnson must have been taking drugs.
Johnson, meanwhile, had made straight for the airport. He knows he'll almost certainly end up being banned from athletics for life.
I think in that day and age, certainly there was less awareness, less education. I think the flip side of it was that he was blatantly cheating, and that to me kind of took the edge off any sympathy that I really did have for him.
24 hours ago, he was a figure who had apparently earned the admiration of millions, but he left a ruined man in very public disgrace.
For somebody who's known what they're taking, willingly done it, stood there on the rostrum when other clean athletes should have been on that rostrum, I don't have sympathy for them at all.
Ben Johnson's shame didn't end there. After coming back from his athletics ban, he tested 2 more times for banned substances.
It made everyone sit up, take notice and say, well, how are we going to stop this happening in the future? Not only just for the competition's sake, but also how do we protect athletes from making the same mistake?
People in athletics, and certainly I, was a lot more naive about how big the problem was, and I think that brought home to a lot of people, yeah, we have to face this and we have to do something about cleaning up the sport.
We've moved a long way from 1988. Whether or not we would have got here with or without Ben, I'm not sure. I'd like to think we would have done, even without that having happened. But sometimes you just do need a spark to really change things, and perhaps that was it.
Cases such as Ben Johnson highlight that authorities were catching some of those that were cheating. But more needed to be done, especially away from competitions where there was evidence of athletes becoming ever more sophisticated in their approaches to taking performance-enhancing substances. Anti-doping authorities needed to work better together in a more consistent, harmonised manner.